Boston Dynamics' new robots make soldiers obsolete. Here's why. If you haven't heard the name before, you may be shocked to know that a company is leading the charge in this area. They are known as Boston Dynamics. A leading robotics research and development company in America has been exploring how the military can take advantage of robotics and all the additional technological innovation related to that for a long time. Let's take a closer look at this company and its line of robots that will ultimately make soldiers obsolete. Boston Dynamics has over the years been popularized by sharing amazing demonstrations of their robots on social media. The company, situated in Waltham, Massachusetts, was originally founded as an offshoot of a research lab that established robots at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT, in 1992. In 2013, the company was purchased by Google X. When Boston Dynamics first came into existence, the goal was to enhance movement and rough terrain abilities and robots. 30 years in, their goal is now to innovate and create exceptional robots that can be used for many military and civilian applications. Considered as leaders and pioneers in robotics with their robots already skilled in performing unimaginable feats, Boston Dynamics is certainly coming close to attaining its goal. So with the introduction of this impressive company out of the way, let's take a peek at the fantastic line of their robots and why we think they'll someday make soldiers obsolete. Boston Dynamics have constructed and tested many bipedal and quadrupedal robots over the years. Some of their most legendary robots are the Legged Squat Support System, or LS3. A militarized version of Big Dog, their first successful quadrupedal robot, this ruggedized robot is designed to function in hot, cold, wet, and dirty environments. It can keep its balance in check with heavy loads on its back under intense battle conditions, enabling it to be actively tested by the U.S. Army as a squad support element. The next one on our list of amazing robots is Spot Mini. It's a compact and agile four-legged robot that can scamper around your office, home, or outdoors. The Spot Mini takes the experiences learned by Boston Dynamics while establishing Big Dog and LS3 and integrates them into a quiet, all-electric, four-legged robotic dog with amazing rough terrain mobility and super dog strength. This has already enabled it to be used as a sensing and exploration robot for different civilian and industrial purposes. Next up is Handel, a robot concept that was planned for material handling and effective warehousing. The research led to the establishment of Stretch, a completely automated industrial robot that is recently used for efficient warehouse operations. Then there is Atlas, a 6-foot bipedal humanoid robot designed for a range of applications and tasks, as this robot is more likely to be the test bed for a future robot soldier. Boston Dynamics has established many other robots in the precious years, however, it's impossible to go through them all. All these robots have one thing in common. They all serve as a force multiplier, enabling humans to step back and allow the robot to do its thing. And as Boston Dynamics produces more and more of such robots that slowly get incorporated into the civilian and military world, the company has also started to pay more attention to ethical programming in the world of robotics programming. The company is the champion of this kind of programming and has really invested its resources into its research. Ethical programming is a set of principles that encourages programmers to be honest and aware of their responsibility to protect human rights when writing computer programs. When we talk about military robots, ethical programming is what will impact robot decision-making, making it particularly crucial because these machines will eventually be making life or death decisions. Let's now discuss the robots that will most certainly make soldiers obsolete. Here goes the Atlas robot. It's Boston Dynamics' best product to date. It's also the most complicated and technologically innovative robot in its lineup when talking about military robots that can do some actual soldiering. Atlas is perhaps the sole candidate in the world suited for it. Originally launched in 2013 when it was beginning to learn how to walk, the Atlas robot team has since made great steps. The Atlas is equipped to walk, run at speeds of 2.5 meters per second, jump, do a backflip, balance on one leg, and even shake its tail feather. The Boston Dynamics team has planned to have the Atlas robot drive, climb ladders, put out fires, shut off valves, open doors, and function powered equipment in environments where humans cannot sustain. Because the Atlas was invented to assist emergency services in search and rescue operations, it has the most extensive potential for soldiering in the future, which is certainly one reason why US government research agencies like DARPA are also stated to be completely invested in this project. Along with his mind-owing motor movements, the scientists behind the project have also been working on innovating a paradigm-shifting neural net AI that powers Atlas. This AI has enabled Atlas to become a self-learning robot as it can walk just like a human baby. Atlas's AI trained itself to walk, run, jump, avoid obstacles, and even assist in making decisions depending on its environment. With every failure and use case shown to it, the AI learns and attempts to extract the most out of its mechanical body, so this robot represents a true synergy between mechanical parts and an AI-powered programmed brain. That's why Atlas can potentially make soldiers totally obsolete in the future. Excitingly, some of the Boston Dynamics robots have already been field-trained with good enough results. Seems like robots may just join the military sooner than we anticipated. Military mostly requires autonomous or automated robots, and the ultimate form of Boston Dynamics Atlas will fall into this category of robots. In spite of its challenges, you can see why the militaries would be intrigued by such a system. The concept that you don't have to go through human casualties to attain some military objective is too enticing for any army command to just pass on. That's why we see heavy amounts of investments being poured into autonomous drone research as well. Before we end this video, let's quickly talk about the advantages and disadvantages of autonomous robots fighting wars instead of humans. Advantages: every technological paradigm has pros and cons. The most obvious benefit here is that robots fighting wars can save infinite human lives. Robots do not have emotions, so they can't encounter fear or trauma. They are tireless, and they can attain extraordinary feats of strength that no human being can. They can also be sent into terrains and temperatures that no human being can remain alive. All this indicates that they can participate in insanely dangerous missions and carry out orders with the same accurateness every time. But they do come with some disadvantages. There are a few disadvantages to having autonomous robots in the military. The first and most clear one is that autonomous robots fully depend on their human programming, so they are vulnerable to hacking. Just think about your army of robots getting hacked by the enemy and used against you. Besides hacking, since they are mechanical things, they can crash on the battlefield and fall into enemy hands, even though there is much debate about this. Let's just hope that companies such as Boston Dynamics and governments worldwide evaluate all the possible events and take account of all the challenges before developing these new robots that will eventually make soldiers obsolete.